I am standing out at the beautiful Stoller family estate, and I'm here with Melissa Burr, and we have some strangers with us too. But so before we start our story, Melissa, you often have Stoller people come in from literally all over the world as interns. These are some here.
Yeah.
Introduce them to us.
Sure. Well, we've got Alex. She's joining us from New Zealand this
Nice.
year. She's in the vineyard and in the winery over there. And Remy's from Beaujolais, France. He's a winemaker, grew up making wine and here to help. And we've got another gentleman, Brody, who's not here, from Australia. So we've got a few countries represented.
Yeah.
And we have our very own backyard, Dayton, Oregon, with Kyle, our cellar master. He's full-time out here.
And do you think that helps Stoller just continue to expand and grow? Because really, wine is a worldwide thing now. I mean, everybody loves it. So you have these people come in and they have an effect.
Absolutely. It's an awesome opportunity because you do get people's experiences from all over the world and you share the Oregon experience. It's real collaborative and energetic, and I think it's a great way to experience making wine and seeing the world. Like these guys, all of these people here have traveled across the country to do harvests abroad and hop around over different hemispheres and
well,
do
it was
internships.
delightful meeting all of you. Thank you so much for taking the risk to coming on camera with us and letting us talk about you. But you help make great wine, and I love that. So thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.
So Melissa, what I'm wondering is, this was a kind of a weird weather year for us as gardeners. How did the grape harvest go this year, and did the hot summer have any effect on it?
Yeah, it did have an effect. It was definitely unique as well in the vineyard because we did have the warm season.
Yeah.
We had an early start to everything. We had early bud break, we had early flowering, and it was tracking about a month ahead of schedule, the anticipated harvest. Because typically we harvest at the end of September, and this year we harvested starting the end of August. So pushed everything forward quite a bit. And also in the vineyard we had a very heavy fruit set. And we think because last year was also warm and this year's warm, healthy vines, enough
And does that make
moisture.
a difference? Because I know I've heard a lot of gardeners say, wow, this year my grapes were just loaded. So how does that affect the wine itself?
It can affect the wine. The grapes, a lot of times what we're doing is, well, not a lot of times, most times is targeting a certain tonnage per acre.
Sure.
So some of that was a little bit heavier for the sheer fact that each cluster was about 20% heavier on its own.
Wow.
So that nature just gave you this bountiful harvest, and it's challenging if we have our rains that will start early because you have all that extra fruit to try to mature. But fortunately this year we had the heat in the summer, and then about 2 weeks before we wanted to start picking the grapes, it cooled off and it was dry, cold nights, warm days, but not too hot, and perfect.
Everything was aligned, huh?
Thank goodness, yeah, it worked out really well.
So what are we drinking here?
We're drinking Chardonnay. This is our 2014 Chardonnay. It's our Dundee Hills Chardonnay blend, and it's been fermented in all stainless steel. So it's a really fresh, aromatic, crisp style Chardonnay.
So the stainless steel is simply, that's going to not, it's only the flavor of the actual grapes then, isn't it? There's no drawing in from like oak or wood or anything like that.
Right, it's a real purity with that technique, and you get a lot of freshness and aroma and that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, now, real quickly, Melissa, what is it that is there anything that a gardener that has vines should be thinking about doing right now? Because I see yours don't look like there's been any pruning or anything yet.
We wait to prune until after the holidays just to give the vines a chance to go into complete dormancy, to hope that some of the bigger weather events and freezes will start subsiding, and then we start pruning. And we also do cover crop seeding now.
Yeah.
So even a few weeks ago is when the optimal time is to do it, but I don't know if it's too late now or not. But
there's some you could still put in.
get out there and do your cover crop, and other than that, it's just letting them go to bed. So
making
it's good.
wine now, huh?
Yeah, making wine and then just letting it go into dormancy and waiting for next year.
Yeah. So can you tell already if this was a good vintage year, and then when can people start tasting the stuff from this year?
Sure. I would say it is going to be a good vintage year. A lot of it is the weather. It cooperated. Yeah. We had ripe grapes. They're flavorful. The fermentations went really well. So yes, it's going to be a bountiful year, a lot of wine, a lot of good wine.
Nice.
And in terms of when you can start drinking these wines, for us, the style that we have here, this is 2014 stainless fermented. Our 15 will be bottled in the middle of spring in April, so May.
That's soon. That's not that long away.
That's soon, yeah,
Wow.
not that long away. And even sooner, our rosé will be bottled and released, so we're bottling that in February.
Well, you know, I have to,
Yeah.
every time we come out here, the view alone will just knock your socks off. It's a beautiful place, but then to actually have wine and these wonderful little things that they have for you to eat, it's really a lovely place. So you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. They have events happening. Get on board, come on out, and really enjoy the beauty of Stoller Family Estate. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Melissa.
absolutely. Thank you.